Chief guest of today, Mr. M.J. Akbar, Editor-in-Chief of Deccan Chronicle and Asian Age, respected Vice Chancellor, Pro-Chancellors, Professor Rangamani, Professor Prabhu and other Deans, Professors, staff of VIT and my dear students. It's a great day today that Akbar has come to our campus. As it was introduced by Professor Rangamani, he has been in the media for a long time and he has been in politics, Member of Parliament and various assignments. In a democracy, media, especially the newspaper, is one of the pillars of democracy. Even though we are going to complete 60 years of independence, it is still called a nascent democracy. To find a neutral newspaper is very difficult in our country, because you will find very often the newspapers are biased. Instead of being newspapers, many of them are viewspapers. I don't mind the editor or the management taking over the editorial, giving out their views, but we would like to get impartial news as far as coverage is concerned. And Mr. Akbar, who is going to talk to you on the future of this country and the world 10 years from now. We have so many problems in our country, whether it is based on caste, creed, religion, poverty, illiteracy, etc., corruption. With all this, we are growing. Our rate of growth is almost 8%. Last year it exceeded 8%. This year we are expecting to reach 8%. But what is it that prohibits us from rapid economic growth? And how are we going to maintain this, preserve and protect the freedom which we have won through the sacrifice of thousands and thousands of martyrs and freedom fighters of this country? I find basically there are two threats to our democracy. One is violence, the other one is corruption. Akbar is an authority on many subjects. He is not only a journalist, he is not only a writer, he is author of many books and has toured the parts of the world lecturing all over. So he is going to speak to you on many subjects, but I thought I will give you my views in a short time. As far as violence is concerned, even though the governments are trying to tackle it, still it is there, at least in some parts of India, particularly in the north and the northeast. And whether it is based on religion or caste or various other reasons, democracy and violence cannot coexist. It can't be tackled as a law and order problem alone. We have to go to the roots, the causes, and find a permanent solution. For example, from the day of independence, we have the unresolved problem of Kashmir. I'm happy that both the governments of India and Pakistan are trying to solve it. I hope we will be able to find a solution. I don't know that it will be possible. If it is possible, both the countries must be happy. The people of Pakistan and India will be happy, because we can divert so much resources for developmental activities instead of spending on armed forces, because we require resources for education, health, and for various other developmental activities. As far as corruption is concerned, we are one of the most corrupt country in the world, if not the most corrupt, because there are about 50 countries behind us. We are around 73rd in ranking of corruption in the world. And that happens mainly because of our political system. You know, we have, even though it's not found in the Constitution, the government is formed, whether the center or in the states, based on the strength of political parties in the Assembly and Parliament. And at present, the available system of functioning of political parties is almost non-democratic. We are living in a democracy controlled by political parties where there is no democracy. I have spent nearly 40 years, to be precise, about 35 years in political parties, and I know the way they are functioning. But we can't blame the leaders also, even though they are responsible for this kind of mess in the country, because they have to spend crores and crores of rupees in election. And for 4 years they go on collecting, and in 1 year they go on spending in the election year. That used to be when we had elections once in 5 years. Now we are not sure. In 1 year, in fact, Akbar was there in Parliament only for 2 or 2.5 years during his tenure as member of the Lok Sabha. At least I did not have that problem. I enjoyed 6 years in one Lok Sabha and 4 years in another Lok Sabha. Now, too much elections is also the reason for corruption, basic reason for corruption. And the way political parties function, there is no transparency in functioning of political parties. And again, India is one of the rare countries. We have the parallel economy and binomy transactions. I don't find this anywhere in the world. And so much cash transaction. This is one of the basic reasons for our ills of this country. If you are going to switch over to banking, if you are going to pay and receive through banks and drafts, through checks and drafts, many of the ills of the economy could be solved. But we don't believe in that. We don't deal with checks and drafts. As far as possible, we go for cash because we don't want to bring the amount into the accounts. This is a basic feature of Indians. And out of 106 or 180 crores of people, 108 crores of people, it is only 2.7 crores who pay income tax in our country. And yesterday I pointed out that those who have declared their income, annual income of 10 lakhs and above, are only 80,000 in this country. If you take even one city, you will find people more than 80,000 getting rupees 10 lakhs income per annum. But throughout the country, it is only 80,000 who have declared their taxable income as 10 lakhs. This is how the country is functioning. We are unable to do anything. As far as the parallel economy or black money, whatever you call it, it is mounting. Nobody is able to calculate how much is going to be the black economy of this country. According to calculation, somebody says it is 10 lakh crores, somebody says it must be much more, and we are not sure. When I entered Parliament, it was 50,000 crores, according to estimate. Now it has gone many times, and with all this, Indian economy is growing. If we are going to take all corrective steps, and the citizens also behave well, and pay taxes, and the governments also spends the taxes according to rules and regulations, then the country can easily, the growth rate can be 10% or even more. If the 10% growth rate takes place for continuously 10 years, poverty could be abolished, illiteracy can disappear, and this is what I expect for the future. But what is happening is not towards that direction. I hope the youngsters of this country, when you become the citizens, full-fledged citizens, earning members, and you will pay taxes properly, and by that time, the politics of the country will also change, and we expect a responsible parliamentarians and members of the assembly, and they will be able to perform well in the future. I don't want to take much of his time. I am also eager, like you, to hear Mr. Akbar. I once again thank Akbar for having accepted our invitation, and it is going to be a wonderful lecture today. Thank you very much.